Hi guys, welcome back to another video about space. Today we're going to be looking at something called the speed of light and light speed. So I'm going to start off with this really cool image of the sun moving through space, because the sun actually moves through space, and all the planets orbiting around it. Because the sun is part of the Milky Way galaxy, and it's going around the center of the galaxy. So the sun's moving through space, at the same time our planets are moving around the sun. So they actually go in this loop pattern around space as they go around the center of the galaxy, and then the whole galaxy is moving as well. So it's really hard to picture in your head what's actually happening to the Earth as it moves through space, as you're standing here and it looks like nothing's moving at all. It's very cool. So light speed. The speed of light is very, very fast. It's about 300,000 kilometers a second. Think about it, 300,000 kilometers per second. So this is the Earth and Moon to scale. If the Earth was this big, the Moon would be this big. And this beam of light is how fast light travels. So it can get from the Earth to the Moon in just over a second. And this means if you're on the Moon and you're trying to talk to someone on Earth, it's going to take 1.2 seconds for your message to reach Earth, and another 1.2 seconds for the Earth's message to reach the Moon. That's some really bad lag if you're playing like a video game, but it's not so big that it's bad for astronauts or anything. It's manageable. But if you get to something like Mars, it can take 30 minutes for your message to reach Mars, and then another 30 minutes to get back to Earth from Mars. So the people piloting the robots on Mars, like the rovers, they can't do it in real time. They have to send instructions, which takes 30 minutes to reach the rovers. And then the rovers will send back a message, which will take 30 minutes, saying, yes, I understood this, and I'm going to this place. On Earth, it goes so fast, because Earth is pretty tiny compared to how fast light is. And so the speed of light can get around the Earth over 7 times per second. Very fast. But it's still noticeable. Say you're playing a video game and the server is in the US. From New Zealand, you have to send a message to the US, and then the US has to send a message back to your computer, resulting in about 0.1 second of lag. Which, if you're playing like a shooting game, like Call of Duty or something, it might get you killed. That's why there are some Australian servers set up which have a lot lower lag, because the speed of light is actually how fast the internet works. Very cool. So, speed of light, almost 300,000 kilometers per second. Earth to Sun takes 8 light minutes. So it takes light 8 minutes from light from the sun to reach Earth. Which means when you look up at the sun, you shouldn't look at the sun because it could blind you, but let's say you're looking at the sun. It's going to take 8 minutes for the light from the sun to reach the Earth. Meaning the light you're seeing from the sun is 8 minutes old. It left the sun 8 minutes ago and was traveling across space, and now it's reaching Earth 8 minutes later. This is a very cool thing, meaning if the sun disappeared from the sky, it would take 8 minutes for us to know that it disappeared. The sun's not going to disappear, but say it did, there will still be a sun in the sky for 8 minutes on Earth until that light has reached us, and then it goes dark 8 minutes later. The closest star to us is 4 light years away. So if you're traveling at the speed of light, it's going to take you 4 years to reach the closest star, which is Alpha Centauri. It's a long time. So this will be probably, if humans ever visit other solar systems, this will likely to be the first one. And Earth to the far side of the Milky Way galaxy is going to take over 50,000 light years. So when you look up at space at night at the stars, the light you're seeing from the stars could be 50,000 years old, or even older for some of them. It's a crazy thing to think about how old this light is. If you're if you're if you're on the far side of the solar system and you somehow had a telescope to see Earth, you would see Earth through the telescope 50,000 years ago. You would see the earliest humans on the planet. There'll be no factories, there'll be no houses. You're seeing Earth as it was 50,000 years ago. It's crazy to think about. So why study space? It lets you examine some of the really big questions about the world, like why does the universe exist? Are there aliens? Where are all of them? How will the universe end, and is there a purpose to anything? This will let humans understand their place in the world. Like, imagine the news if aliens suddenly existed. How crazy would that be? It would change your life forever. And that's what science and studying space is trying to find out. Lastly, I want to end with this GIF of someone on the International Space Station looking at Earth while doing what's called a spacewalk, so they're outside of the spacecraft. It looks absolutely insane, Earth from up that high. It is actually incredible to look at. Alright, so there'll be a task on the Google Classroom for you to do, and yeah, have a good day guys.